There are structures in ancient India that modern engineers still struggle to explain. Entire temples carved from a single rock, metal that hasn't rusted in over 1,000 years, and descriptions of technology that sound almost futuristic. So the question is, were ancient civilizations more advanced than we think? Today, we're diving into some of the most mysterious discoveries from ancient India and trying to figure out what actually makes sense and what doesn't. Thousands of years ago, ancient India was home to one of the world's most advanced civilizations. We're talking about the Indus Valley, with cities like Mohenjo-daro built around 2500 BCE. And what's surprising is how modern these cities actually were. They had organized streets, drainage systems, and urban planning that wouldn't look out of place today. This wasn't random. It was structured, intentional, and highly developed. So already you start to realize these weren't primitive societies. But here's where things start to get strange. There's a temple known as the Kailasa Temple, and unlike most structures, it wasn't built. It was carved out of a single rock from top to bottom, which means instead of stacking materials, they removed thousands of tons of stone with precision. And even today, people question how that was done. Then there's the Delhi Iron Pillar, a structure that has stood for over 1,600 years and has barely rusted, which is unusual because iron should corrode over time, but this didn't. And scientists still debate how it was made. And then there are the ancient texts, descriptions of flying machines known as Vamanas, and weapons that sound surprisingly advanced, almost too advanced for their time. So how do we explain all of this? The mainstream view is that these were simply highly advanced civilizations for their time, that they had knowledge, techniques, and skills that we often underestimate today. And over time, some of that knowledge was lost. But others argue maybe we're downplaying just how advanced they actually were. That these discoveries aren't just impressive, but genuinely ahead of their time. And then there's the more controversial idea that some of this knowledge didn't originate the way we think it did, whether that's lost civilizations or something else entirely. But realistically, does that actually make sense? Could ancient people really have had access to advanced technology? Or are we interpreting things too literally? Because on one hand, human beings are capable of incredible things, especially with time, effort, and precision. But on the other hand, some of these discoveries still feel difficult to fully explain. And that's where the mystery really is. So, what's the most likely explanation? Ancient India was home to incredibly advanced civilizations, far more advanced than we often give them credit for. But at the same time, there are still details that don't fully add up, and those details are what keep these mysteries alive. The real question is, are we underestimating the past, or are we missing something bigger? If you enjoy exploring mysteries like this, subscribe because the next one gets even stranger.